when I was working from the office recently, I got a series of messages from my work colleague that went, Timbits in the kitchen. And I was like, wow, classic band from our youth.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
What?
Panic at the Disco. Now I get
Panic
it.
at the Disco. Timbits in the kitchen.
I didn't get it. I'm so sorry.
I didn't get it either. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Midlight Crisis, a real podcast hosted by three grown-up biologists revisiting books from our teens, and it's totally cool. I am one of your hosts, Sophie, and today I have a job and I'm from a place. I don't know if there's a better way to introduce that. I have a magical job from a magical place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh my god, sorry. Instead of opening my document, I opened the generator again, and the thing that was there was very funny. But no, that's not what I am.
Well,
You'll
okay.
never know what that was.
Oh,
I am a butterfly boiler.
Oh.
No, wait,
Poor butterflies.
from the University of Lava. It's thematic.
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of people think that we boil the butterflies in lava, but that's actually like too extreme of a temperature. So we actually do just use water.
Okay. Do you use the lava to heat the water?
No, it's a misconception.
Oh. So what's the lava for?
We are in lava.
Mm.
We're just there. The University
Okay.
of Lava. Like, it's not
okay.
like, you do physics using Minnesota if you're from the University of Minnesota,
Okay. So you're just at the lava.
Yeah. The lava's just
Okay.
also there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I do want to defend myself because I burst out laughing at animal cruelty by mistake.
No, it's a funny word.
I thought you were done before the last syllable, and I thought your job was butterfly boy,
That would have also been good.
which was funny.
Butterfly boiler is also, it's just got the double B's. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. It-
Maybe I am a butterfly and I boil
Oh.
things.
and you boil things?
What? And I oil things?
What?
No. I stuttered on my boil,
Yeah.
and I made it 2 syllables.
Yeah, you sure did. Yeah, you'll never really know if I'm a butterfly who boils things or if I am a non-butterfly who boils butterflies until you finish your intensive degree program in butterfly boiling. It's kind of a niche and secret process.
Okay.
It takes top secret clearance. Anyway,
Anyway.
who are you guys? What is your job and where are you from?
Okay, get ready for this one.
Okay,
My
I'm
name
ready.
is Sam, and today I am a leopard calligrapher from the city of a Mobius strip.
Wow.
Wow.
Leopard calligrapher. Do you draw the spots on them?
I was just gonna
I
say.
have
yeah.
no idea.
Mm.
Oh my god, you weren't very good at your job then.
Yeah, don't know what this entails. Maybe I draw a lot of leopards in very fancy script.
Yeah. Maybe you've invented an alphabet that's only leopards in various poses.
That's it.
Ooh,
That's the
That's
one.
it.
I like that one.
Like wingdings, but
Yep.
Leo Dio.
Leodio.
Are we gonna get a copyright strike since I'm pretty sure one of the later Cassandra Clare books is called City of Mobius Strip.
What?
Surely there's one of them called that, right? They have City of everything else.
No.
No? Dang.
No.
Maybe the new one.
The city of titles stop after the Mortal Instruments 6 books.
Dang. She ran out of mortal instruments.
Yeah, there's only 6 instruments, it turns out.
There's only
What are
3.
these? What are the 6 instruments?
There's only
Bone.
3.
Glass.
Ashes?
Ash?
Ashes, right?
Or is that
Or
Sarah J.
just
Maas?
ash?
Wait,
Oh.
what?
What's the
Sam.
other one called? City of
Ash, City of Glass, City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire.
Is it City of Ash or is it City of Ashes?
I don't know, Ashes, Ash, same thing.
Anyway, it's the last one.
Me, I am Hannah, and today I am also a rat stealer from the state of doctors.
You would.
I would.
You would steal some rats. Or are a rat
Or-
who steals things.
Could be either. I did have my boss the other day at work found me in the kitchen and was like, "Guess what? I just saw a rat." And I was like, "Oh yay." And that's not what she meant.
That is the incorrect response.
It was not the correct response.
Gauged the room and read it incorrectly.
I just read a completely different book. So I did think like, wow, if it was a domestic rat, I would go down and take it. But
Yeah.
I think it was just a regular old Port City rat.
The regular type.
Yeah.
So anyway, of course the reason we have jobs in our from places is because
It's because we're adults.
we're adults. No, that's not why. The reason why is because we're reading City of Bones, where people have jobs in our from places.
Yeah. Do they though? They're all
Do they have
teenagers.
jobs?
They have so many jobs.
It's a livelihood. It's a
A
lifestyle.
livelihood. Is it a calling? A vocation?
It's a lifestyle, like Sam said.
It's a life. It's not just
Yeah.
a job, it's a lifestyle.
Exactly.
Mm.
So anyway, Sam is going to tell us what happened in the chapter we read this week.
Can't wait. We start the chapter off with a lovely poetry reading that gives a whole lot of secondhand embarrassment. Simon and Clary's friend, his name is Eric, is on stage reading some words that were a choice. And
Mhm.
Simon starts to confess his love for Clary when Jace shows up out of nowhere to lure Clary away before we all died of secondhand awkward. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I just don't deal well with teenagers struggling to confess their unrequited love. I have too many bad memories. Anyways, Clary follows Jace and leaves Simon confused. Remember, Simon can't see Jace. To which Jace declares Eric's poetry terrible and Clary threatens to call the police. Jace then proceeds to info dump on Clary as if she has any idea about anything, says he needs to bring her to a Hodge fellow and will resort to kidnapping her if needed. Luckily, or unluckily, depending on your vibe, it doesn't come to that because Clary's mom calls yet again, but this time Clary actually picks it up. Turns out something very, very bad is happening to Jocelyn, and she tells Clary not to come home and to tell Luke that, quote, he's found me. I wonder who he is. Lol, 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 lol. Anyways,
Wait, are we supposed to know?
If only any of us could know who it was.
I am the only one who knows. Jace insists on trying to help Clary, to which she slaps him or, like, rakes his cheek with her nails. I'm not quite sure. And then
Yeah.
runs
I
off to
think she
try to help.
scratches him?
She does
Yeah.
something and then tries to help her mom and runs away.
Yeah.
Whee!
We. Wow.
I'm changing my name to Hodgefellow. Please only refer to me that way.
Hodgefellow the rat stealer.
He's some Hodge fellow. Hodge.
Hello, I'm Hodgefellow the Rat Stealer.
The most important thing I want to get out of the way with this chapter
Mm-hmm.
is that they're in a coffee shop
Yeah.
called Java Jones.
Java Jones.
Yeah, actually, I guess I can't get to the next part until we talk about a few things first. First,
Oh.
all I've ever wanted in my entire life is a coffee shop that's open this late for me to go
Right?
to.
It's like 10 p.m.
Yeah, a coffee shop with like an event in it. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? That's
I think like
the main thing I wanted to say.
I have a question for you both about this because I am bad at teenagers and also was bad at it when I was one.
Yeah.
So like Clary and her friends are 15-ish. I think 15. And Clary's getting black coffee like her soul, of course, because she's edgy. I did not drink coffee when I was a teenager. I didn't drink coffee until I was in my mid-20s. But like, when did you guys start doing
14.
caffeine? Jesus, okay.
Yeah.
I-
I also, on that note, that line made me cringe so bad because I say that all the time And now I hate myself
No.
because of
From
the
here.
No, I literally do. I'm like, yeah, no, I'll take it black like my soul. Like, I don't say it as much anymore,
Sam.
but I used to say it
You
all the
forgot
time.
where it's from.
I forgot where it was from. I'm
Now
not
you
even shitting
remembered.
you. I'm that cringy. And I hate myself. But no, I started drinking coffee at like 13, 14.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. It's because it's like, I started drinking like mochas really early because my parents are such coffee drinkers. So, like, it was ingrained in me. So, I was like, grade 9, I had a coffee a day.
Dang.
I was having tea parties as a small child. I don't drink coffee still, but I have been drinking tea since I was probably like 6 or 7.
And like, I will say, I am fully addicted. Like, if I do not have caffeine, I will have a headache and I will be a miserable bitch. So, like, maybe don't do me, because, like, I am not a human if I do not have at least one coffee a day.
Also, these children drinking it at like 10 p.m.
Right. I feel like children can get away with it, though.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that as a kid. I can do it more now because I'm so tired all the time about everything. And now I drink espresso martinis at like 6 p.m. and I'm fine. But I used to not be able to drink coffee past like 3 or 4 because I couldn't sleep when I was younger. But I'm finding now as I'm older, I've stretched that a few times. I still don't like to drink coffee past 5, but I've stretched it a bit with some espresso martinis and a few late night coffees for podcast recording and D&D.
And seemingly it works out.
Yeah. I can still fall asleep.
I guess maybe this is like a thing kind of like the all ages club at the beginning, where like maybe it's more common that these spaces exist in the States.
I think it is also important to remember that they're in New York City, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a niche for everything.
Yeah. Like, we all live in cities, but they're not that kind of city.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of what I did when I was a teen. Like, but I also grew up rural, right? So I
just didn't have friends.
I grew up suburbs.
I would go to like a bowling alley.
Yeah, I literally didn't go anywhere.
Or the movie theater, and we just hang out there for hours.
Oh.
We used to do the mall. The mall was a big thing.
I feel like that's a classic, like 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, I was suburbs. I wasn't downtown like this at all, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, mysterious.
In addition to the coffee, there are clove cigarettes. Is that a euphemism?
Up. No.
Okay.
I also noticed that, and I was like, wait, smoking in a coffee shop?
Yeah.
Because clove cigarettes are cigarettes. They have tobacco in them.
Oh, they're like real cigarettes.
They are real cigarettes that are clove flavored.
Ew.
As I don't know what's happening here, because New York had a statewide smoking ban, including all bars and restaurants, effective July 24th, 2003. So, first off, I guess that means this book is set pre-2003, even though it came out in 2007, or this crazy alternate dimension where there was no smoking ban in place, but everything else was the same. No, the other thing I learned about clove cigarettes is that they are illegal. They were not illegal at the time. They were banned in 2009.
For why?
Literally just because I didn't like look into all the ins and outs of it, but I think there was like we're worried about adding other ingredients. There are more toxins because you're putting more things in cigarettes. But I think it's kind of that clove cigarettes are actually called kretek, and they're from Indonesia. And so they were almost exclusively made in Indonesia. And there was like a ban against making any cigarettes other than regular cigarettes or menthol cigarettes. And those are the only like flavored cigarettes you were allowed to make. And menthol cigarettes, people are like, well, they were exempted. Why? Maybe because they're almost entirely made in the US. So,
right.
Like flavored cigarettes that were just not US in origin were banned in 2009.
And now we have vapes.
Yeah. I feel like a clove cigarette would drive me absolutely insane.
It sounds gross.
It sounds, but you know.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. The first like paragraph of this chapter, Simon's friend Eric is up there getting ready to do poetry, and his friend is beating a djembe, a drum, in the background for him. The friend's name is Matt. It says Matt, looking stoned, was beating regularly on a djembe. So I was 100% convinced that she said clove cigarette because she was not allowed to say weed.
Oh.
No, clove cigarettes are a real thing, though.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Huh. I guess if she wanted to do that, she'd be like, it was oregano. Wink.
Oregano. I thought you were about to say the beginning of this chapter where there's a guy banging on a drum, a densely packed room, some guy yelling into the microphone, the thick like smoke of tobacco and the smell of bitter coffee. I thought you were about to be like, this sounds like it sucks.
It also does that. Sounds terrible.
No, it seems fine. They find an empty couch to sit on.
Yeah. I feel like this not again. I don't think we've talked about this before, but I've thought about it many times, which is why I said again.
This again, myself.
This again, you know when you're talking to someone?
And
no, when
you?
you're sitting with someone and
Yeah.
they just start in the middle of a conversation and you're just sitting in silence and they say like, I don't think she should have done that. And you're like, whoa, dude, gotta back up. I just did that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I feel like a lot of YA books and like teen shows would be so much better if they were set in university rather than high school.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is just like they went to a club, now they're going to like a late night poetry reading at a coffee shop where people are smoking all sorts of weird stuff. Like if these people were 20, this would make so much sense to me. But the fact that they're 15, I find bonkers a little. But again, I didn't really have friends. So maybe this is the normal teen experience.
I don't think it's that wild. I think if you're a kid in the city, this is like
this was
your life.
This is a normal thing to do.
I think specifically like inner city kids. This is probably very regular because you've had like that point they would have been allowed to like be on their own out in the city since they were like 10, right? Like how old do kids have to be to walk alone? I think it's pretty young.
I mean, I think it depends on the parent because like I sure as hell wasn't allowed to until I was like 13. But
yeah, that's
I
true.
would have said 12, 13, but
but again, I think it depends on the parent.
Yeah. Because as I understand it, before that, you've already been taking like city buses to get to school on your own. For
again,
while.
depending on the parent, right? Like my brother was allowed to take the bus at like he was going in grade 6, which is what 12 or something. Or 11, and like I wasn't allowed to even step foot on a public bus by myself. So it like I think it's very dependent.
You're also older though.
Oh yeah, I'm the oldest daughter. I wasn't allowed to do anything. But I was gonna say, in high school there used to be like this McDonald's, Taco Bell. Like there's a bunch of like fast food restaurants that were right by my house, and like we would all hang out by my pool. We would drink and then we would go hang out at this stupid McDonald's until like 1 a.m. Like that was what we did. So and like I read these in high school and like I thought they were totally normal. Like obviously I wasn't going to a club or anything because I didn't have access to that, but like if I was in the city, like I don't think this is weird at all because I was doing wild shit in high school, like staying up until 2 a.m. eating McDonald's, and we did some stupid stuff. Anyways,
that's the time to do stupid stuff at the McDonald's at 1 a.m. I did stupid stuff like go sneak into a second movie after the first one and play Dance Dance Revolution for 3 hours. Yeah, pretty wild. Go. Not to brag or anything. It was pretty cool.
I didn't even do that. I'm perhaps realizing that I'm not best placed to assess what teenagers do. So.
Sure.
Anyway,
definitely not what's happening in New York City, kids.
No.
Yeah, I think
Anyway.
it's very hard for us to comment on it because I think growing up as an inner city kid is just like very different to any experience the three of us had, like as teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am moving on.
Yeah, please.
And the thing I was waiting to say, now that we've moved past the beginning of the chapter, is that this place is called Java Jones, and the first name that has not been mentioned before now in this chapter is Jada Jones.
Oh, I didn't even...
I'm just like, I don't know why it's bothering me, but I'm like, look, you're in a place called Java Jones, and the randomly generated character name you came up with immediately is Jada Jones. She better come back.
She will not.
Dang it.
I said that with so much authority. I don't know shit.
She won't, probably. The most important thing about this chapter is that I'm annoyed at Clary, actually, and not really at Simon.
Yeah. Yeah, Clary is kind of being a little...
Oh, she's awful to Simon.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'll get annoyed at him later, but
Yeah.
like, in this chapter, Simon is like so obviously leading up to asking Clary out, and he has like dropped the hint so many times
Yeah.
in the previous chapter too. And it's like, if Clary very obviously wasn't interested in him at all, I would cut her some slack as a person who doesn't notice.
Yeah, I also
But
wouldn't notice.
like, we also are getting very clear signs that Clary is like annoyed whenever she thinks about someone else dating Simon or him like finding other girls attractive. And it's like, I just am sitting here being like, how have you not put two and two together that you have a crush on your best friend?
I mean, it's clearly reciprocated also.
Because it's when they're both interested and they're both being this obvious that I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know how you guys can't know yet. You know? I don't get it. But anyway, Clary's being stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that bothered me about this is, yes, that she is being obtuse, but also, even if you accept the premise that she hasn't figured out what Simon is about to say, he is, like, very clearly nervous, very clearly wants to tell her something.
Yeah.
And she sees somebody that she spoke to for, like, 2 minutes last night and is like, bye,
Yeah.
and just leaves him. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would almost feel better if she was like, oh shit, I'm not interested, but he's about to ask me out. I gotta leave. And then she like uses it as an excuse to leave. Cause look.
Sophie.
Look, it's a valid escape hatch. Ooh, bye.
Ooh, actually, I gotta go do a thing.
Wow. Oh, you know what? Great talk. See you later. I have to follow this invisible man.
Really important. I need to go call my mom.
Hey, I know you're in the middle of telling me something. I have to go follow this man that I can see and you can't. See ya.
What is up with that?
Mystical.
Anyway, do you want to hear? Do you want to hear the joke I wrote down in my notes? It's really good.
Do I?
Promise. No. So Simon is trying to confess that he loves Clary, right? And Clary is just not picking up the signals. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting Jace.
Interrupting Jace. Who?
Moo.
Wait, what did you say? Boo?
Moo.
Moo. You know the... Am I
the
the only one who thinks the knock knock joke about the interrupting cow was funny?
No, I thought it was funny, but I thought you were going to say a word that made it clear that it's Jace, because you didn't say interrupting cow. You said interrupting Jace.
I don't know anything about Jace yet, except that he's invisible and kind of a dick.
Okay, here. No, you do it on me.
Okay.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting Jace.
Interrupting
Your friend
Jace
sucks
who?
at poetry.
Okay, yeah, we got it on the first try. That was the first take.
Yeah, I came up with a really good joke, apropos of nothing, because I'm so funny.
Yeah. Sam, save us.
Sam's like, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Okay. Next thought. Clary goes like charging out after interrupting Jace, which was a really cool joke that definitely made
Your
it
friend
into the
sucks
podcast.
at poetry. Sorry.
Your friends. Yeah, because he is like hanging out behind them, and
Yeah, he just like appears there.
yeah. I assume that the reason Jace is invisible is some kind of magic, but
Uh-huh.
I think we should try to speculate about why some people can see a person and some people can't. What is the physical or sociological way that Jace is being invisible to the Mundies?
Okay, option 1, Jace is made of lenticular lens.
Yeah. And what is a lenticular lens for those of us who only watch Evan and Caitlin a normal amount?
It's basically like a rippled material that I don't really know how it works. Like, I don't know what it's made of specifically, but basically it's like when you hold, the way it's like curved means that it shrinks down like an object that's directly behind it, but like you see more of the background than the object. Like it shrinks down the area of view that is the object and enlarges the area of view beside it. So if you have like a narrower object compared to the size of the frame or whatever, well, not really. If it's like a vertical object and the lenticular lens is vertical, then the object will basically disappear because it will just turn into like a series of very skinny bands of color, whereas the background will be like larger bands of color. You can't see the background perfectly, like it's like a cloudy lens, but yeah.
Yeah. It like blurs foreground objects, sort of.
Yeah.
Right? I should have looked this up. I think that's a good theory.
I think he's made
doing
of it.
Something. He's doing okay, he's made of it?
Yeah. Final answer.
He's doing he's doing a magic aura of lenticular lens.
Yeah, or maybe it's something where like whatever he's doing makes them not want to look at you.
Yeah, like Jasper and Twilight could sort of do that.
Yeah, I have a question
by
for
making
Sam.
it bored.
Yeah.
Can he turn it on and off?
Yes.
Ooh, good question.
Yes.
He can?
Yeah.
Oh. And can he decide what's the question I'm trying to ask?
Like could he decide that Simon could see him but the rest of the room couldn't?
Yes.
Right.
That's the question.
I don't remember. I think yes.
Wow. Finally, something we can find out with Sam.
Together.
I think yes, but I could be wrong. I will say the answer to how it is done is in this chapter. Like
in this
yeah.
Okay.
So
his hand with the eyeball on it.
Well,
it's all making sense.
Sort of.
Yeah. A bit later in the chapter, Jace info dumps at Clary, as Sam mentioned earlier. And one of the things he info dumps about is that he is a Shadowhunter, and Shadowhunters are marked with a capital M. Marked.
Oh, I thought you meant he was marked with a capital M.
No.
And I was like, his hand has an M on it. No.
It has an M on it. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's not how I meant to convey that. And the marks are permanent runes that lend extra skill with weapons, and he also has scars all over his arms that are from non-permanent runes. I do want to talk about these runes at some point because I'm a little confused about the information we were given. But does he use a rune to be invisible to the Mundies?
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the eye has to be it, right? Like it's an eyeball.
I don't remember specifically, but actually, I can't remember if it's like a permanent one or a temporary one. That is failing me at the moment, but I will say I just lost my complete train of thought. Oh my god.
Did it vanish like a used up rune?
Whoa.
No, he does mention the site, so that is an important thing to remember in this whole thing. And I think there's more information in a few chapters about specifics, and I can't fully remember the details, if it's the permanent rune, or I think they can put on a separate glamour altogether, but I don't remember.
That's interesting because I guess he's implying that Clary still has to, like, so he says Clary has the sight, meaning that she can see these runes if she tries.
Yeah, I thought until Sam explained it just now that meant that she could see him.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, like, I think it's that she can see through glamours and magic or whatever, but I feel like... Okay, no, because I feel like then shouldn't she have seen that the demon was a demon?
Well, the demon itself was disguised, right?
Shape-shifted? Yeah.
Yeah, because even, like, because it's trying to also evade Shadowhunters, right?
Right, okay.
Okay.
So, like, it's trying to do its nefarious dealings while not being found by Downworlders or by Shadowhunters. Because, like, demons are the bad guy to everyone.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's different categories of enemies? There's downworlders and demons, and they're separate?
Yeah.
Which
I think is explained in this chapter. Here. Yeah, he says downworlders are basically any magical creature that's not a Shadowhunter.
And also not a demon, though.
But demons aren't from this world, right? Like, that's the key thing. They're from, like, a separate world. So that's, like, the key thing. So downworlders are of Earth, and demons are from some other plane, and that's what distinguishes it.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah, because Jace says that he is called a Shadowhunter. At least that's what we call ourselves. And that the Downworlders call them something else. And Clary obviously is like, what the heck is a Downworlder? And he lists Night Children, Warlocks, the Fae, the magical folk of this dimension. And then Clary is like, oh, what, vampires, werewolves, and zombies? And he goes, yeah, obviously. And then she goes, oh, what about mummies? And he's like, no, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay.
Look.
There's gonna be Night Children. I don't know what that means. Warlocks, Fae, vampires, werewolves, zombies. That's fun.
The Night Children is an obvious one. It's nothing special. They're mentioned in the second sentence.
Vampires?
Yeah, they're just vampires.
It's like, vampires.
Yeah.
I was like going back to the second sentence of the chapter, and I'm like,
oh, sorry, no,
Java
Jones.
His
hair pink.
You know,
no, they're just.
Eric is a Night Children because he has pink hair.
No, they're just vampires.
They're vampires. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
More vampires, different kind of
Yeah.
vampires.
Oh, right. I was gonna say, I bet they'll be different.
I was gonna say before we got sidetracked by talking about the book we're reading.
Sidetracked, huh?
Sidetracked by doing the
podcast?
No, I was going to talk about other, while we were just talking about how he's invisible. I think what if we're going to have to talk about mind reading or talking again because he's using mind powers to make people not look at him.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
It's not a brain power.
It's not that. No.
Okay.
No.
He's using magic to do like a physical effect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lenticular lens.
Yeah, he's making a lenticular lens in front of him.
Yeah, and Clary is able to see the rune on Jace's... Well, I mean, she's able to see Jace, but then she's also able to see the rune on his hand because she can do the thing you do with, like, the magic eye posters.
Yeah.
Where you, like, unfocus your eyes and then you can see a different image.
Yeah.
I don't have the sight. I've never once been able to make one of those work, so I have no idea what that experience is.
I have the sight. Wow.
So you could see a Shadowhunter.
I'm not like the other girls. I'm worse.
I'm worse.
I'm worse.
Do you have the sight, Sam? Can you make those things work?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't remember trying.
I really am not like the other girls.
Wow.
Wow.
2 out of 3 girls agree.
I'm not like the other girls on this podcast.
I just genuinely don't remember.
I used to take those books out from the library all the time.
I would just remember getting really mad about them because I literally have never once gotten
Yeah,
them
it's
to work.
pretty
People are like, it's a horse.
It's so
I'm like,
cool.
I think everybody's faking it.
You get to see a magic, like, cool picture that's like a horse.
Ugh,
It's pretty cool.
damn it. I thought for a while maybe it was because I had astigmatism,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got my eyeballs lasered to fix them.
Have you
and
tried
I still
since?
can't do it. Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I tried a couple months ago, and I still can't do it.
Wow. Well, that's too bad. I guess you can't be a magical main character.
This is really upsetting.
That's fine. We need people to be Mundies anyway for the
I
rest
don't
of
want
us.
to be a Mundy. Simon's a Mundy, and he is inevitably going to be annoying at some point.
Yeah, Clary's more annoying, but maybe later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of the site, Jace points out that Clary has the same name as the Clary Sage, which I guess is an herb that I have never heard of until today.
Mhm.
That he says in the old days, people thought eating the seeds would let you see the fair folk.
Ooh.
And I tried looking this up, and I got frustrated really quickly because it seems like one of those plants that people who really like essential oils and crystals are into.
Yeah.
And I just cannot with that. But the one like semi-legitimate medical use from the ye olden days that I found about it is that the seeds have a mucilaginous coat. So like think of like a chia seed when you soak it, it gets like kind of sticky
kind of like a
and
jellyfish.
goopy,
Mhm.
kind of like a jellyfish.
Yeah.
But because it had that mucilaginous coat around the seed, people were able to use that to remove foreign objects from the eye because the foreign object would stick to the seed over like the sclera of the eye.
Whoa.
So there actually is a real life historical use case that lends credence to the fact that in this world at least, the Clary Sage lets you see the fair folk.
Well, you can't see the fair folk if you have stuff in your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Like in real quote unquote real life. It was like Pliny the Elder time, like it was a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
But they did use it to help your vision,
Wow.
technically. So I thought that was fun.
I believe it.
And now it's mostly used to make essential oils.
Yeah. So that's probably why she's named Clary, for sure.
Yeah.
Jace is being like, hey, did you notice how cool this character was named? I'll tell
How
you.
clever I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do that. That's what I would put in a book. I'd be like, hey, did you notice how cool this character name was?
I was going to say, you would name a character like this for sure.
I absolutely would and have.
Yeah. And I would do the thing where I'm so pleased with myself for being clever that I would make
A character
someone in
fit.
the book point it out.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make sure everyone noticed. Because I have done that.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in the book. I would just say it in every like interview or
Yeah.
review or I'd be like, did you notice
Yeah.
that I named a character Clary Sage?
Yeah, it's like,
or
no,
Vision. Wow. And then Clary's
then-
mom becomes the reason she's gonna have to go on an adventure.
yeah.
You know?
Adventure time.
Adventure time.
It's 2009. Girls aren't being the reason for men to go on quests or do character growth anymore, but moms are.
Mums for sure are.
Moms for sure are.
Uh-huh. Bella Swan, Percy Jackson.
Yeah, it's happening.
I guess Percy's not a girl.
I don't
Anyway.
think I specified that it would have to be, but maybe you autofilled it.
I probably autofilled it.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on in her house, but there's some kind of monster in there.
Yeah, there's a he that has found Jocelyn,
Yeah.
and Clary needs to go hide at Simon's house and tell Luke about it.
Yeah.
Luke being not the stepdad, the family friend.
Yeah.
He wants to be the stepdad.
They're just friends. And there's like
They're
a
just
harsh
friends.
slithering noise followed by a
Yes.
thump. Some sort
Yeah.
of weird snake.
A snake person.
Yeah.
Perhaps a basilisk or a naga.
A naga?
Maybe. Would they do a Naga this early on in the book?
Probably not. That seems like a higher, not higher, but like a more difficult level of creature and or demon.
I'm gonna guess it's a big snake because
A big snake.
there was one in the second Harry Potter book.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
And that's why there's one in this book too?
yeah,
Okay.
because it's Harry Potter fan
fuck,
fiction.
I forgot it was Harry Potter fan fiction. God damn it.
Obviously.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, do either of you have more to say? Because it kind of ties into guessing what happens next.
We don't know who he is who has found Jocelyn, but there have been 2 he's mentioned in the first 2 chapters that we didn't meet. And I think one of them was Valentine, and one of them I think was Bane. Is that
Yeah.
correct, Sam?
Yeah.
Bane was keeping them safe, though.
Yeah, so it's probably not Bane. And Valentine is dead, allegedly, so it's probably not Valentine.
I think it's Clary's dad.
Oh,
He's a snake.
I didn't think of that. Oh, I guess there's also Hodge, Hodge fellow, who is Jace's mentor, but it's probably not him either.
Yeah.
So it's a mysterious 4th man who is either Clary's dad or
Some other man.
or he's a snake.
Those are the only 2 options.
The 2 options are dad or snake.
Yeah,
The
I
2
think
genders.
Clary's dad, King of Snakes, has found.
Yeah. What's his dad's? His dad? Her dad?
We don't know yet.
How do pronouns? What's his name? John?
Oh, yeah. I think it said John at
Is
the
it?
beginning.
Is it Sam?
Is it?
Is it John?
Sam?
I
What's
think
his name?
it?
so far what we know is that
Sam.
his name is John, and I don't think that's his name.
It sounds like that might not be his name.
What?
Jonathan, sorry. Jonathan was his name.
Yeah, his name's Jonathan Doe.
John Doe.
Hold on, let me Google what the name Jonathan means real quick.
Isn't it just a biblical god
Yeah.
man or something?
It means gift of God.
Yeah. It's like,
Well, if Shadowhunters are half human, half angel, which Sam told us they're not, but for some reason I've decided that they still are that.
Wait, what?
no, she said they were
I
that.
did say that. Yeah.
I haven't listened to her podcast in a couple of weeks, I guess.
No, what she said is that you can't have like a half angel, half demon.
Right.
Except
Well,
then
okay.
she was like, except maybe by like book 7 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, but not in this book you can't have
When
that.
they run out of more dramatic things to happen, reveals, then they're like, just kidding, maybe sometimes there's half this, half that.
Yeah, there actually is one. Okay, well, Jonathan, God is given, and Clary has the sight, so Jonathan is an angel confirmed.
Or
Or he's a snake.
secret third thing. Or he's a snake. Probably, and she's actually just tasting them in the air with her heat pits.
Yeah,
Like a snake does.
yeah, for sure.
That's what it is.
She's like, weird, it's like I can see them, but
Yeah.
I actually just see colors, like
Yeah.
a thermal camera. I wonder what this means.
You know how when you see things by sticking your tongue out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
That's how she does it. Anyway, sorry, now I'm just imagining Clary being like, Simon, would you still love me if I was a snake?
I was a snake.
And then he's like, you've been a snake this whole time.
How did you not know that you were a snake this whole time?
Anyway, I'm ready to guess what happens next.
Yeah, I think we unsuccessfully guessed who has found Clary's mom, Jocelyn.
Yeah. It's either her dad, the human, her dad, the snake, or some other man in existence. Okay.
Or some other man who's probably not Valentine or Bane.
It might be Valentine. Anyway.
Okay, out of all of the men, it's probably not Bane, but it could be.
It could be. No, it's probably not Simon mostly.
Ooh, yeah. Sorry, one last thing. Because Jocelyn tells Clary specifically to go to Simon's as she is presumably being attacked by some kind of magical creature,
Yeah.
do we think Simon's house has magic done on it to make it safe? Because that's immediately what I took from that.
He's probably so regular that his regularness, like, hides her magicalness.
Oh, again, like Percy Jackson.
Like Percy Jackson. This is just the
Okay.
framework that I'm working from,
Yeah.
which is why I think it's that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we both have the same framework.
Yeah.
So you say a thing like Percy Jackson, and I'm like, oh, yes, must be that.
Like, if I had read this book at all more than I did, I would probably be like, like in City of Bones. But alas. Anyway, I'm trying one more time. Sam, please tell us the title of the next chapter in the first sentence.
So, chapter 4 is called Ravener.
Oh.
Or Ravener. I think it's Ravener. Ravener sounds right from the movie. And your first sentence is, the night had gotten even hotter and running home felt like swimming as fast as she could through boiling soup.
God.
Ew.
That's what Newfoundland felt like today. It felt like boiling soup all day.
And that's why I moved to Newfoundland, to avoid that. But
I was like, to boil in soup?
No.
It sounds like something Newfoundlanders would do, though. Just have a bunch of boiling soup at all times.
Yeah, because it's cold outside. That's the point.
Because it's cold, usually.
The outside shouldn't be boiling soup.
Usually the boiling soup is contained. It's not just everywhere.
Not just outside. Well, Clary's doing the exact opposite of what her mom asked. So
obviously
she's gonna get home, find the place in tatters. But oh my gosh, her mom isn't there, but there's like giant claw marks or weird goo on the walls. And like the weird box full of her dad's stuff is gonna be like on the ground or open, or
it's been rifled through,
or something like, a picture frame has fallen, she looks behind it, there's something there, or there was something, like there's gonna be something that's like, mom knew something that I didn't. There's gonna be a letter that's like, dear Clary, your father the Shadowhunter
when you turn 15, your father asked me to...
Dear Clary, if only I told you that you weren't like the other girls. I've tried to protect you this whole time. Also, I'm not dead. You have to save me. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mom.
Yeah. There's going to be a MacGuffin.
Yeah. I don't think she's going to find a letter yet. I think she's going to think her mom is dead. In half of the book from now, she will find a letter from her mom that will make me cry, because that trope makes me cry literally every single time.
Yeah.
But then at the end, her mom will not be dead.
I think there's a chance she goes through someone's desk and there's a letter in there now being like, Clary, I hoped you never would read this, but if letter is here, then it's time.
Yeah.
Could
be that. I also think Clary is going to be spiraling about this nonsense that has happened and kidnapped her mom. Jace is going to be there being like kind of badass and unhelpful at the same time.
Yeah.
And then Simon is going to show up and be like, nah, you ditched me. And Clary will be like, I have like my mom is missing. And he'll be like,
He'll be like, your
your
house looks fine to me. Nothing is wrong here.
Yeah, because he can't see it.
Yeah, no, I think she's gonna be like, you did this, Jace. You let it here. And he's like, no, maybe. Unclear. No, maybe. We should look into this.
Like, no.
Hodge can help.
It was... Yeah. Maybe Jace will notice that Madame Dorothea, or whatever, the seer who lives downstairs from Clary, Jace is gonna be like, whom's the fuck? What is she doing here?
No, I bet Clary's gonna get home and she's gonna Madame Dorothea's prophetess, seeress?
Seeress and prophetess?
Is gonna be like, Clary, your mother, grave danger, go to this, follow the prince on his shining steed. And she's gonna be like, okay, no one could know that because I drew it and threw it in the garbage.
Yeah. Maybe Madame Dorothea, seer and prophetess, has the letter. And she'll be your mother instructed me that if anything were ever to happen to her, I would give this to you.
Yeah.
And now that time has come, and the letter is going to be extremely unhelpful.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that the mom will have had 10 years to put useful information in it.
Yeah. I think...
How are we doing,
We're
Sam?
good. The problem is these chapters are so long. I feel like I have to guess like a whole lifetime.
Yeah, like an entire month's worth of Maximum Ride chapters. But it's just one chapter.
Were we close?
I think we got it.
I think we nailed it.
You were somewhere.
Yay!
Oh, we were somewhere.
We were somewhere. Was it in this book? Unclear.
Was it in the City of Bones?
You were a bit far, but
were we at least in the suburb of Bones?
the ideas the ideas are there. The actual events. It's not quite.
Were we in
that.
the Greater Bones area?
The Greater Bones area.
Yeah.
The Bones Regional Municipality.
Yeah.
Could we get public transit from the City of Bones to where we are, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
How generous.
But it would take a while.
Dang.
That's the bus only comes once an hour, probably.
You brought one of the characters in, which was surprising. But
it's Madame Dorothy.
But the role of that character is not quite what you think it is.
Oh. Maybe she's
not gonna have.
She's probably also dead.
She's a demon.
She's gone. Yeah, she packed up and left.
So hard.
She's the snake. She's the snake who kidnapped the mom.
That's why there are so many S's in all of her names. Prophetess.
Yes, seeress. You're telling me a seeress isn't a snake?
Wow, we did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we nailed it.
The only thing we didn't guess was what the Ravener.
Oh, right.
Ravener is.
Well, that's the snake that stole the mom.
Yeah.
That's Madame Dorothy, the snake.
A Ravener doesn't sound snake-like. But
you know what it sounds like?
Like some kind of
like a demon.
Oh, snake demon. That's what I was
snake demon.
A demon.
I think a naga is a snake demon. Ooh, a demon.
A demon.
I'm just saying demon weird.
Demon.
Demon.
It's not anything different. I'm just being
the demons. New fear unlocked. Demons. My sleep demon. Okay, anyway. Wow.
Sleep paralysis demon.
Great guesses. And Sam said we're right, basically. So
yeah,
I feel confident.
100% correct.
Sam said we're 100% correct. All of it. Even the conflicting parts.
Even the part where
it didn't make sense.
It was her dad and also an angel and also a snake and also the neighbor downstairs.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, into one being.
Yeah.
A demon.
Great. Well, since we nailed it, let's talk about what else we're reading. Currently here. I don't remember what I was reading the last time Why am I so bad at this? Okay, I think I had started Daughter of the Deep.
No, you had finished it.
You'd finished it. I had
finished it. Okay, I finished Daughter of the Deep. Still. I've still finished it. It was still good.
You have not unread it.
Okay, so then the only thing I have finished since then, the only thing I have read in the last week is The Tainted Cup, which is our August book club book. And it is currently August.
It is.
Wow, what a big day.
Is this the first time ever?
Yes. Unless you count the books that I had already read before we started the podcast.
But then you didn't read those during the month. You had already read them before.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't reread The Lies of Loch Lamora. I did reread 10,000 Doors of January, though.
Oh.
I reread mine, not yours.
Thanks.
Look, I've reread Lies of Loch Lamora like 400 times. Anyway, I read The Tainted Cup. It was really good. Everyone should read it. I had such a fun time. And then I am currently reading The Book Eaters, which was another book club book from two months ago. Yeah. June.
Do you like it? I sort of feel like you might not.
I put it down. I was literally reading it right up until we started recording. I put it down and I'm like, I am like not wanting to put it down, but I'm also like angry while I'm reading it.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the book that I don't want to read.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not where I'm at, but also I'm going to finish this one, and it's interesting.
Okay.
But I am angry while I'm reading it, which is the sort of thing that makes me read a book really fast because I'm like, this fucking character better get his goddamn comeuppance or else I'm going to riot.
Oh, that guy,
These
yeah.
assholes better. Ugh.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I feel like I think I like that book less the more I think about it. Like, I enjoyed it at the time, and then the longer it's been since, the more I'm like,
Wow.
wait a second, what the hell?
That's not usually how books work for me. I usually like it more the longer I sit in it. But
Yeah, me too.
maybe this one will be the outlier.
Maybe, I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, maybe not. You could be wrong.
I could be wrong.
As we established on our last episode.
I could be wrong. Maybe
sometimes.
I'll be wrong and like this book a lot.
Yeah. What was your experience with this one, Sam? I know this is not the point of this part of the episode, but I'm curious.
I don't know how I feel about it because
Yeah.
like it was fine, but I didn't like find myself wanting to read it. And there was
like,
some
feels
body
bad.
horror aspects that I was
There
just
was.
like, what? So I just feel like I like standalones, but I feel like this shouldn't have been a standalone, if that makes sense.
It feels incomplete.
Like, it was very
I think.
rushed, and it was a unique concept, but it just kind of fell short. But it was fine. Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's just kind of a weird one.
Much like how Hannah's review of Spells for Forgetting lives rent free in my head, I do specifically remember Sam's review of The Book Eaters was like, weird.
No, that's Hannah's.
Okay.
It was me.
That's the one that lived rent free in my head.
Yeah.
I really like one sentence or less reviews.
Your Spells for
Oh, me
being a
too.
dumbass.
I hate reviews that are like, it was like slow and blah, blah, blah. No. I was like, no, make me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, like, if someone's review is more than one paragraph, I don't care.
Yeah, me neither.
Like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna read that much about the book, I'm just gonna read the book.
I'll just read the book, thanks, and form my own opinion.
Yeah, like, no,
Yeah.
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm reading. What about you guys?
I finished reading This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune, and my review is Never Underestimate a Bivalve.
Yes, I love that. I don't know what it means.
I finished the book in like 6 hours total, not in a
Oh.
row. Like, this book had me gripped in its little fingies, and
The
I
fingies.
was stuck. Anyways, it's great.
I mean, now that I know there's a powerful bivalve, I need to read it.
I'll just say
Yeah.
this. It's based in like PEI, so you can
Ah,
like put 2 and 2 together.
Was that an excited noise or an unhappy
I know, I
noise?
wasn't sure.
I think I was excited.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it was maybe the like competition between Nova Scotia and PEI, like, ugh.
Yeah, that's also what I
I
felt.
felt, guys.
It was the like, oh, that's close enough to me that it might be relatable.
Yeah.
I'm then also reading The Undermining of Twyla and Frank by Megan Bannon, which is so good.
I'm so jealous. My library doesn't have it yet.
Oh, really? Oh, I did get it on Audible. I caved because I don't think my library had the audiobook. So I used a credit. And I haven't actually started it, but I do intend to start The Tainted Cup this weekend. So I'm going
Ooh.
to talk and say that I am reading it. Because
Manifest.
hopefully that'll peer pressure myself into actually starting it.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah.
I finished it and immediately went out and bought the physical book if you want to borrow it.
No, I have
Oh.
the physical book. I
Okay,
bought
good.
it already.
I think I mentioned these all last time, but I finished City of Dragons by Robin Hobb. Finished the Murderbot Diaries, the entire series, and it is really great. And someone at work made the mistake of mentioning books to me today, and then I yelled at them about Murderbot for a while. And I also finished Daughter of the Deep, and I enjoyed all of them. Mostly the Murderbot.
Mm-hmm.
The problem
The problem with any other book.
finishing the problem with finishing Murderbot,
Yeah.
the series, is now there's no more, and I have embarked on a crusade to read every single fanfiction of it on archiveofourown.org.
Yeah.
So
I believe
I've been
in
doing
you.
that for a while.
Yeah.
I've already read through 3 pages of results.
Oh.
It's
my
totally
God.
normal. Yeah. So when I'm not reading Murderbot fanfiction, I have started listening to Blood of Dragons by Robin Hobb, which is the final book in the Rainwild Chronicles series about dragons. And I also started reading The Phoenix Keeper by S.A. McLean, which just came out. And I'm only like 80 pages in, and I think it's going to be like sort of romantasy shortly. But so far it has been like world building of a fantasy zoo.
Oh my
and
god.
it is like so accurate to the experience
Oh my
of
god.
working in animal husbandry and like a zoo or aquarium.
Wow.
Oh my god. I'm curious to hear what Sam thinks of it when you eventually read it, because
God.
like it is starting slow. I think it's just been like 80 pages of world building, but the world building is so delightful.
And
I
from the
make
description,
no promises.
yeah, from the description,
fair.
it's definitely romantasy because it's like, and her arch rival, the Griffin
Yeah.
Keeper.
Okay, I forgot that it was the Griffin Keeper. I thought it was going to be the other Phoenix Keeper, and this is, I guess, a little aside, but she keeps being like, wow, I fucking hate the Griffin Keeper. And I'm like, dang, this is wild considering that she's going to fall in love with the other Phoenix Keeper. And then by like page 70, I was like, wait.
Wait a minute.
Wait a ding dang minute. Listen, she's
Yeah.
she's an animal husbandry professional who gets stage fright and hates doing Aquarius talks. Like,
Who could that be?
she's so relatable.
Wow, can't wait.
Anyway, this episode's coming out in September. Sophie,
Yeah.
what are we gonna reading?
What are we gonna reading indeed?
Dang it.
We're gonna reading the heck out of The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter? Yeah. I was like, father? No. The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter
Relation.
by Theodore Goss, which is my pick for my birthday month. I'm excited.
Yay.
I'm gonna reread this one too because I'm excited to reread it.
Great. Well, if you liked this chapter of Midlight Crisis, thanks.
Yeah.
Consider rating and reviewing us on Spotify or your podcatcher of choice. You can talk to us and find fun-related content on social media. We are at Midlight Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Tumblr, and Blue Sky. And all chapters of the show thus far are available on our website, midlightpod.podbean.com, and on YouTube.
And now, the dramatic poetry reading.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do this.
Do it, Sam.
Come, my foe juggernaut, my nefarious loins, slather every perturbance with arid zeal. Turgid is my torment. Agony swells within.
This is a poem about a boner, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.